it's the decisions is about my life. It's about like how long can I live? Like what is best for me? Is chemo's gonna kill me, or I don't know, or the cancer itself. So taking those decisions feels so hard. It makes my head spin many times. Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm from Stockholm, Sweden. I got diagnosed with high-grade neuroendocrine cancer in January. It all started 2 years ago, or it was 2 years ago I really could feel like something is not right. So it started with, I got a UTI that was recurrent, or it didn't go away. So I was treated with a lot of antibiotics. I was going around with this UTI for a year, I think. And I know something was wrong, and went to the doctor. Around that time also, I started to get a cough that didn't want to go away. So I was coughing for months, and I felt still like, okay, something is very wrong here. And I went to the hospital many times, but really didn't get help first. But eventually I got help. So I was scanning my body, and we saw that some stuff in my body is not right. We found like a small tumor on my ovary, but that looked benign first. Inflammation in the lungs, something in my skeleton as well that was hard to say, what is this? So I was going through a lot of scans and exams and tests, even surgeries, to find out what this was. Eventually, I got diagnosed with an autoimmune disease that is called antisynthetase syndrome. This was 1 year ago, exactly. So I was treated for this autoimmune disease with different medications like immunosuppressant, cortisone, and things like this. But the symptoms didn't go away, even if the doctor really expected them to go. So I still had cough. I even coughed blood sometimes. I started to get really hard for me to walk. So I couldn't walk and talk in the same time. I'm someone that's been running my whole life and training. So for me to not be able to breathe when I'm walking, not even like a normal walk to the supermarket, it was too heavy for me. And eventually I got a lot of pain in my belly that felt like, okay, this feels like it's from the ovaries. It was so low. And I know my body pretty well, so I felt like, okay, this is from the ovaries. I called the hospital. We went in for another ultrasound, which I did every third month to monitor this little tumor or cyst on my ovary. And this time they saw that been growing I think it was 4 times the size. So it was like 4 times the size as the ovary itself. And then they were like, okay, this could definitely be cancer. We need to take it out to examine it. They booked the surgery immediately because they saw it like, okay, this is we have to deal with this immediately. So I prepared just 1 week, I think, and then we did a surgery to take out the tumor, but also the ovary, one ovary, because they're scared if you cut the tumor that it can spread. So it's better, they say, better we just take it all out and we examine it. I still had a tumor on the other ovary as well, but we left it intact for now. Yes. And next, I went for, I think, 1.5 months to wait for the answer. What is this? I don't know. And I talked to the doctors. Everyone thought different things. So I was treated in the gynecologic cancer department, because they thought if it's cancer, it should be like ovarian cancer or something. Something that comes from the reproductive system. But then when I got the result, they say this is something else. We found something called neuroendocrine cancer, and this is a tumor that is spread. So this is not the primary tumor. It's spread from another part of your body that we don't know yet. And we can see the cancer, in more places in the body as well. So then they were suspecting it maybe in the lungs because of the inflammation, in the liver, they saw something that didn't look right, even in the bones. And during the operation also, it looked like it was not spread. So they always thought like, okay, this is not a spread cancer. But then with the result, we find it was spread, which is confirmed now, 100% confirmed to the lymph nodes in the belly, as well as the breast and the ovaries. But we don't know where the primary tumor is. They're suspecting the intestine or the belly, but it's nothing they can see through a PET scan or so they don't know. We are still in a question mark there. A shock, like complete shock, like when I got called into the gynecologic cancer department, I really thought this is not cancer, this is just like some maybe benign tumor or borderline tumor or something. So going into the hospital with this diagnosis, and also they're telling me like this is terminal cancer. If you don't treat yourself with chemotherapy, you just have a few months left to live. And with treatment, maybe a year or so. So that was completely shock. And my parents was there as well, my boyfriend. And of course that was super emotional for all of us. And everyone was as shocked as me. Of course, we had no idea that this will happen. Clinical trials, I can't be in because of my autoimmune disease and all the cortisone I've been eating last year. So there is some clinical trials that exist in Sweden, but I can't be in them because of this autoimmune disease. And the cortisone medication. First of all, I was insecure if I should do chemotherapy or not because of my prognosis. Like, should I live 1 year on chemotherapy, feel very bad of the medication, or just a few months, maybe like still feeling more energy that I can do things. So there was a hard decision for me and my family, and we did it together. We asked for second opinions, and we got a few second opinions, and they said the same: you should do chemotherapy, this special one for my disease. So then I decided that I will do it. I do 1 cycle to start with to feel how it feels. But I was scared. So I came to the hospital with my father, and he was also scared. He also don't know, should you do it or not? I don't know what's best. We went together and we did it. It went well. I didn't feel anything during the infusion time, and had a few days with like nausea, tiredness, hard time to sleep, constipation. But after a few days, I felt much better actually. I started to feel good, better than before the chemo. My pain started to go away from my belly. My breathing felt better. My coughing got better, as good as it has been in 1 year. But now this week, which is the 3rd week, I start to feel sick. And I don't know if that's the chemo or not, but I feel pain in my whole body. Like I have a cold, sword in my throat. It's hard for me to eat actually right now because there's so much pain. And I start to lose hair, of course, slowly, but it's coming. The plan is once a month, every 4th week, to do it for around 6 months, or maybe 8 if my body can take more. But around that time, 6 to 8 weeks, my body will not be able to take more, they think. And then I need a break, maybe for two weeks. But during this 2 week, my cancer will come back. Because it's a terminal cancer, it's a cancer that you can't cure with chemotherapy. So it will come back, and then after 2 months, they want to put me on the same chemo, if I can take it, or a new chemo. And maybe it could be also some other kind of treatments like PRRT or immunotherapy could be, but it's nothing that is like set yet. They think this is the first line of treatment, it's the chemotherapy. But I'm also doing a lot of research, of course. I got diagnosed with terminal cancer, so I'm trying to find how I can support my body in the best way, and also find alternative treatments and integrative therapies to extend my life, to feel better, to live longer. And I don't know how long I will do chemo. Maybe I do one more round, maybe I do 2 more rounds. I don't know. I have to fill in all the time what's the right thing for me, what feels good for me. It's the decisions is about my life. It's about like how long can I live? Like what is best for me? Is chemo's gonna kill me, or I don't know, or the cancer itself. So taking those decisions feels so hard. It makes my head spin many times. And also, everything you can read on internet is like it's so much, and it's so many different ways, and people pushing different things. So that's also hard to like sort, to know what's best for me, even if someone else maybe with terminal cancer got cured in a certain way. I don't know if that thing gonna work for me. So just taking those decisions feels very hard. For my friends and family, like I feel so much love and support from them. It's so helpful for me. And people doing research for me, they're trying to help me in all different ways, or sending numbers to doctors in other countries or clinics. So I'm really like collecting all the information I can still. Another thing is nature. That's why I'm here in north of Sweden in the mountains right now, to just like wind down, and I love yoga and meditation, which is another thing that helps me a lot. So to just like meditate, doing yoga. I'm having my chemo planned for in 1 week, so I really want to feel in like, is this aligned? This is what I'm gonna do. So that's why I'm here now in the mountains, to feel in to what's best for me. It takes me out of the head thinking about what should I do, or fear of dying, or all the hard thoughts around this diagnosis and the prognosis. And I come in more to my body, where I can feel my breath. I feel more like present. And then things feels easier. I feel like I'm coming into a space where I feel like I can make a decision, and it feels right inside of me, like my inner voice. I can hear my inner voice better. So that's how yoga meditation helps me a lot now with this cancer diagnosis. And also for me to move my body a little bit and to focus on the breathing, because the breathing is my hardest symptom. So just to focus on the breathing, and it makes me feel better. It makes me feel more energized. It makes me feel more calm, a little bit stronger, like that I'm taking care of my body. So it feels like a very good tool to have now, actually. Those weeks when I was waiting for the result of the cancer, when I knew it could be a terminal cancer, of course, that was for me so much anxiety. I had so much emotions around it. I was scared. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't stop talking about it with my loved ones. But then when I got the diagnosis, I went into shock. And I just started to research everything that I could. What chances do I have? Okay, the doctor tells me I'm going to die soon, but is there any more options? There has to be something else. So that gave me hope to do research, to get to know more about my disease, or about other cancer over itself, like in different kind of manifestations cancer can be in. And then when going like, or being open about my disease with my friends, with the community, also gave me so much like love and support that, and this is new for me. I was completely open about it just 1 week ago on social media. and that really, something really heavy I could release from my belly. I feel more free somehow in it, and I feel more hope because all my friends comes to me and say, you're gonna make this, it's gonna be okay. And then I believe so too. Also, no matter what happens, somehow, like, okay, maybe I will not get cured, or maybe I will, but somehow to have the spirit of feeling anything is possible. Let's see what happens. I mean, I feel like the doctor can tell us a lot about the diagnosis, the statistic, and what's best treatment. But I feel like we can't trust everything. So giving a prognosis, which is like, okay, you're gonna die soon. I feel like we can't just buy it and believe it 100%. I feel like anything is possible, like miracle can happen. And we need to believe in that too, 100%. So, and really, like, for me, the first weeks I was so stressed and I had so much fear and I had so much emotions, and that didn't help me. Now, being a little bit more calm about it, trying to give myself the best, like, food I can, the sleep, doing some yoga, meditation, or being in nature, being with loved ones, going to events as well, like to music events or anything that I like to do. I used to want to do the same as I did before, if I feel like I have the energy for it. And that gives me hope. It makes me feel more love and more, it gives me a lot, and hope.